Hey you guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday. This one's gonna be a good video, you guys. I want to teach you how to transform yourself from an anxious, attached personality or identity. You hear it all the time, right? Anxious attachment and secure attachment. There's all these different labels, right? But I want to teach you how to transform from being very anxiously attached to outcomes and your person. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be your SP, but I'm going to talk about it in SP terms today. This could be even, you could be anxiously attached to like certain people in your family, your boss, like you could be having people pleasing tendencies, and this kind of kills our manifestations. We talk about everyone is you pushed out. And I think there's a lot of misconception around that because people think, oh, well, if I'm people pleasing and I'm attached and everything's great, then that person's going to be attached to me and they're going to people please me. That's not the case. That's not the case. That's not what everyone is you pushed out is. Everyone is you pushed out means the focus you're giving to yourself is the direct reflection the other person is going to give to you. So if your focus is on them, the direct reflection in your 3D reality is, oh, the source, the center of attention, which is you, only you have free will. If you're focused on me, I'm going to be focused on me, right? I'm not going to be focused on you when you're not focused on you. So I'm going to be talking about that. And I'm going to kind of give you some tips on how to transform that anxious attachment into actually being prioritized and being chased by whoever you want to be. Also, update. I don't know if you guys can see, but I rescued a kitty. We haven't named her yet. It's a she. She's very blonde. She looks like she's a yellow cat. Or sorry, not a yellow cat. Yellow cat. It looks like she's an orange cat, but she's super light. So I've never had this color cat before. I don't know if they become like darker orange or if she's just gonna stay like super like blondie. If you know, comment down below. But I rescued her and she's the sweetest. You guys, you've probably heard me say in my older videos, because obviously I have Nico too, my boy cat. And Nico's not the cuddly type. He's very like boundaries, like I'll let you touch me when I want to be touched. And I always would say, guys, I want a cat that I could cuddle with and that hugs and cuddles at night and like jumps on me. And she's exactly that. Like she literally every night hugs me and falls asleep. Like she'll put her head right here and she'll fall asleep on me. It's the sweetest, cutest thing ever, and that's a manifestation. But yeah, so Mr. Nico wants to be her friend really, 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 really bad. And she's kind of hesitant. So we're slowly getting them together. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's an update. But let's get into this being more pursued and prioritized versus being that anxious person, attached to one specific person or thing, right? Because that really causes resistance in your manifesting game. So I don't know if you guys have seen my recent community posts. We posted on Instagram, Facebook, community tab on YouTube as well. But one of my clients that got my self-concept course a while back, she was getting movement, everything was great, and then I guess life happened. She prioritized other things besides herself and her mindset, and she kind of gave up on it. She stopped doing it until it became an actual like subconscious belief. And she decided to get back on track because things in her reality weren't really working out in her favor like they once did. So she got back on track. She did my self-concept course again. She started doing it consistently for weeks. Her SP started coming in. Her ex started saying he misses her, wants to be with her. Now everything's back on track, back to normal. Why I'm saying this is invest in yourself and stay consistent. I promise you, you won't hurt yourself by doing that. Like, that can't hurt you. You being consistent in your mindset practices and choosing yourself and leveling up on that self-concept will never, ever, ever hurt you. And sometimes you just need to get back on track and just be consistent. Do it for another 2, 3, 4 weeks straight and see how your life changes. So if you're someone sleeping on it or sleeping on you, get back on track. That she's proof. If you guys want to see her, the comments she left and the movement, go to community post on YouTube or our Facebook or our Instagram, and you can see all my client successes there. I post them. But let's get into it, you guys. So if you are someone that has a tendency to really, really, really be invested, we're going to talk about it in SP terms, okay? So if you're someone that really, really likes someone, gets into a relationship, everything's great in the beginning, and then you start seeing like everything kind of fade away. They're not that into you so much. They're not really giving you the same energy back as before. And you start getting anxious. You start worrying. You start tripping out. You start doing more and more and more to get this person's attention, to get them to be all over you again. What that is kind of like your fear of losing them or your fear of not being good enough kicks in. And a lot of people think that like anxious attachment comes from like some traumatic experience you had in the past. It's not necessarily true. It could be something as simple as, you were rejected and you never really understood why, or you never dive deep into that understanding of like how you were showing up, how the other person was showing up. It could be so many reasons. It doesn't necessarily have to be some traumatic experience happened to you and all of a sudden you're this anxious person and you're super attached to every relationship you get into or every person you come across. So it's not always traumatic. I want you to know that, because I know a lot of people are like, well, nothing crazy happened to me. Like, I had great parents, I had a great childhood, nothing crazy happened to me. It's just incidents that happen and how you deal with them and how you react to them. And you keep the story there. You keep the belief in the same place. You keep the assumption in the same place, and you keep the reactions in the same place. You never really kind of dissect or reverse engineer what happened, so you don't kind of heal from it on whatever level it may be. So it becomes a habit, right? And then it happens again and you react again. And then again. And this is how like a lot of people, when they get into different relationships, the same things keep happening over and over again. And they still keep feeling not chosen, not wanted, or the same person keeps coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And you become this like dysregulated, nervous, anxious person. If this makes sense, comment down below. Okay? I used to be someone like that. I literally used to be someone like that. And it's the best thing you can do is fix that within you, because once you fix that within you and your inner world, you will start feeling chosen. You will start seeing people's behavior indicate that you're chosen. Things will start changing in your favor rather than being rejected and you having to do X, Y, and Z and go out of your way to please a person to get them to show up the way you want. So first thing you need to do to switch from that anxious attachment to more of like being God of your universe, creator of your reality, which you already are. But first thing you need to do is realize it. You need to realize that this other person you're putting so much attention on and so much time and focus on, and all you care about is what they think of you, what they think of what you did 5 minutes ago, what they think you did, what they think of you when, I don't know, like when you think more about their opinion and their feelings rather than your own, you're making them God, okay? Which is the furthest from your truth. Your truth is that your higher self, you're the one calling the shots with your energy. You're the one calling your shots with your calm nervous system. When this is dysregulated, that's when the chaos kind of happens in 3D reality. And a lot of us don't know that that's what we need to focus on and prioritize to cut the chaos out. What happens is once we see, oh my God, I'm not being chosen, this person's not giving me as much energy and as much attention as I deserve, they're doing whatever the hell they want, they don't consider me, they don't care. Once you get into that mindset and you're not prioritizing getting out of it, but you're staying in it and you're ruminating and ruminating and ruminating day after day after day. What can you do to fix it? What can you do to please them so their attention is back on you? When you're there, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse to a point where it can result into arguments. It can result into breaking up. It can result into third parties. This is the reason why. You prioritize trying to fix them and the problem outside of you rather than what you're feeling about it and how you're reacting to it. Okay? So what are some ways that you can shift that, right? Number one is you have to realize this other person is not God. This other person is not on a pedestal. They're only as special as you make them in your mind. Sounds kind of harsh, but it's the truth. Everyone in your reality, including yourself, is as special as you make them. And think about it. How many times have we kind of dismissed how special we are and made someone else much more special than us? You make that other person a queen in your eyes or a king in your eyes. You're the one that makes them that special. You're the one that puts them on the pedestal. You're the one that takes them off of a pedestal because of how you think of them. Think about it. Another person can see that person you're looking at and you put on a pedestal as an ordinary Joe Schmo. They're nothing, right? Because in their mind, their perspective, their beliefs, their assumptions is completely different than yours. So you make or break the idea of the person. So that's number one. You need to realize that. They are not as special as you make them. Everyone is neutral. I know that sounds very crazy and very harsh sometimes, but it doesn't matter if you think they're your soulmate. It doesn't matter if you think they're your twin flame. They can be amazing and they can be your person, right? But if you want to be treated as I am your equal, if you're my soulmate and I see you this special, then I'm going to receive that special treatment in return too. You are the one that calls that shot. By showing up for yourself more, taking this person that you made so special off a pedestal, bringing yourself back on a pedestal. Let's be real. As good as it feels to do nice things for others and show up for others, deep down you want it for yourself too, right? And the only way to get it is first to show yourself those actions. Show yourself that you're a priority. And I can guarantee a lot of you watching this, and if I'm right, comment down below. I can guarantee a lot of you watching this do not prioritize yourself as much as you should. You're way too busy worried about what you should do for the other person, how you should show up. Your mood depends on the other person's behavior. If they're not showing up properly, you're probably not having a good day. If they're not showing up with all the effort and action, You're probably depressed at home. You're not giving yourself the effort and action you deserve. You kind of put things on pause. You put all your projects on pause, right? This is the complete opposite of what you should be doing if you're in that situation. You have to start prioritizing yourself. And your brain likes action. Your brain likes seeing you create an example of what you want. So if you want this person you're so attached to and you're making them God, if you really want them to show you all the attention in the world, number one, take them off a pedestal. How do you do that? Start putting yourself first through action. Show yourself you come first. You want to buy a book for a long time? Go to the bookstore, prioritize yourself, stop everything you're doing, go get that book, read it that night, read it that week. Stop putting that off. You want to eat healthier? Meal prep today. Start your meal prep. Go to the grocery. I used to do that, you guys. I used to put everything on pause because my person wasn't making me feel good. And I felt, oh my God, like I need to fix this. What do I do? Let me talk it out. Let me, maybe I need to get prettier. Let me go, like, you know, go get my hair cut, go get new outfits. Maybe if I look prettier, post prettier pictures, I'll get more attention. And I was like, no. Your brain doesn't care about stuff like that. Your subconscious mind doesn't care about how much you try to get this person. Your subconscious mind cares, what example are you leaving for me so I can push more of that out for you? So you want to be prioritized? Show me an example of how you prioritize yourself. I'll make that other person follow that example. So start getting the work done that you've been putting off. Start finishing the projects you've been putting off. Start spending time more with friends and family. Stop giving all of your attention to this one person that you're making God, which you're God. So when you make someone else God, you're telling your subconscious mind, I'm not that special. Don't give me good treatment. This person gets the treatment. I'll keep showing this person great treatment, great attention. And universe is like, okay, so you want me to give them all the attention? You don't want to get all, okay, fine. You won't be prioritized then. Actually, how about let's manifest a third party in there so they get all the attention again and again and again and again. You see how this works? So if you already understood this and you are maybe a client of mine and we've been working together and you've been seeing movement, comment down below how you've been prioritizing yourself. I feel like it'll help other viewers get more and more examples of how to prioritize yourself. But it literally can be as simple as you decide to write down things you're grateful for every day. And you actually show up for yourself and you do that every morning. That is a form of you prioritizing you and staying consistent with you kept a word and you follow through with your word. It could be something as, I want to start, you know, taking my parents out to dinner more often. I want to start spending more time with them. And you actually do that. And you set a time, like every Wednesday, let's go out to dinner. I'm going to show up for them. I'm going to show up for me. I'm going to keep my word to myself and prioritize me and my relationship with them. And you show up. That's a form of prioritizing. It's, oh, okay, I wanted to try this new hobby. I've been putting it off. I've been waiting for my partner to try it with me. Get up and do it. Get up and do it. You're passionate about it. Get up and do it. And the more you do it, hobby, this, that, it could be free activities. It could be whatever it is. Whatever it is that indicates to you that you're putting yourself first, get ready for other people to start putting you first too. It sounds so simple. No one really does it. No one really does it unless I'm keeping you accountable for it, right? And you would be surprised by that type of change, how much it's going to put you first and how much you're going to see that person that isn't really putting you first right now put you first. Okay? I'm going to leave you guys with this. I don't want to give too much like overload of information. Start off with what I just talked about. Do it for this next week consistently, every day. Choose an activity that indicates you're putting yourself first and you're putting all these other things before the person you put on the pedestal. Take them off and watch what happens. I promise you, I've gone through this. I know how this works. I've gone through it many, 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 many times. And then finally, when I became consistent with it, is when I saw full-blown results. I love you. I'll see you next Friday's video, you guys. Also, coming up, it's not there yet, but I'm having my annual Black Friday sale. So stay tuned for a new course. Stay tuned for a new EFT tapping course. That's going to be also included in my sale. And stay tuned, you guys. I don't do sales often. So Black Friday sale is coming up. And I can't wait to see you guys put yourself first. I'll see you next Friday. I love you.